Good morning, viewers. Welcome back. Today's video, I am focusing on Unit 2, that is on definition. Subject is indirect taxes 1, affiliate for the semester 5th semester students, University of Mysore, affiliated to the University of Mysore, session 12. In previous classes, I have given lecture on Unit 1, that is on introduction to GST. So in that I have covered the indirect tax structure in India and the need of the GST and brief history of GST, the need of GST and the types of GST, benefits of GST and so on. So here in Unit 2, it relates to definitions. The learning objective of this unit is to understand the meaning of GST, and secondly to understand the concepts and definitions of the terms used in GSTs. Outcome: the students can be able to understand the meaning of indirect tax, GST. They will also gain knowledge on the concepts and key definitions of the various terms that's used under the GST Act 2017. Introduction here. As we know, the GST is introduced on 1st July 2017 as per notification in the official gazette of the central government, and it is a tax that's levied on the supply of goods and services, and we call the GST as a dual GST as it is levied both by the say state government and central government at a time. It has concurrent powers to levy the GST. It is being conferred by the Act, Article 246A of the Constitution of India. Here in introduction of GST, the important terms we come across under CGST Act 2017. These terms is we need to understand if you want to know the clear concept of the GST. In with respect to the terms that used in GSTs, the first is that the actionable claim, it's given under section 2 subsection 1. So here the actionable claim, it's a lengthy definition. Actionable claim means it is a claim to debt other than the debt secured by mortgage of immovable property or by hypothecation or pledge of movable property, or to any beneficial interest in movable property not in the possession, either actual or constructive, of the claimant, which the civil court recognizes as affordable grounds for the relief. We'll see the definition again. Actionable claim means it is a claim to the debt. So we know what is debt. A claim to the debt other than the debt secured by mortgage of immovable property. Immovable property means here the property which cannot be moved from one place to another, and movable property means which you can carry or move from one place to another place. Immovable property means the property which you cannot move from one place to another place, and movable property means which you can move or carry from one place to another place. Here mortgage means anything which you give it as a security when you enter for the contract to have a loan. And hypothecation, so hypothecation occurs when an asset is pledged as a collateral security to take loan, but here the owner does not give up the title of the asset. So actionable claim comprises of the two types. First is a claim to unsecured debts and a claim to beneficial interest in movable property which is not as possession actual or constructive, whether present or future, conditional or contingent. Some illustrations for the actionable claim is here: the claim of the lottery tickets, any claim to insurance policies, claim for arrears of rent, unsecured loans, and an options to purchase securities or movable or immovable properties. And here are the some which you cannot treat up as a actionable claims. Here it is the a decree for any debts, right to sue the any property or any on any assets, a claim in the share of profits, any copyrights, coupons and vouchers. Actionable claims here, it is applicable only for the goods and not for any services. Next definition is, that's for the address of delivery. Here it is, this definition is defined under section 2, subsection 2 of the CGST Act. Here the address of delivery means the address of the recipient of goods or services or both, indicated on the tax invoice issued by a registered person for delivery of such goods or services or both. Address of delivery here means it is the address of the recipient of the goods, one who receives the goods or services. His address you have to take, and the his address is to be indicated in the invoice, in the tax invoice what we issue, that's by the registered person. And the address is mainly required for the delivery of the goods or services. So it is the meaning of the address of delivery given under section 2 subsection 2. Next is address on card. It's also one of the important term used under the GST Act, uh, given under clause 2 of 3. Address on card, it means the name itself, it says that word address. Address means the address of the recipient as available in the records of the supplier. So here there's a need to record the address for whom the goods are delivered or for whom the services are delivered. Such address is to be mentioned or to be recorded in the supplier's book. That address we got it or call it as a address on record. Next is agent. Here agent means a person including a factor, broker, commission agent, del credar agent, an auctioneer or any other mercantile agents who carries on the business of supply or receipt of goods or services or both on behalf of another. So a factor, broker, commission agent, all this we study in the accountancy when we solve the problems in business. A broker, a person who works for the commission agent, he also works for commission and del credar agents, auctioneers. So other than this, any other mercantile agents also carries the business on behalf of the supplier, or who acts as an agent on behalf of the supplier on behalf of the recipient of goods or services. So such person we call them as an agent. Next, registered person. Registered person, here registered person means a person who is registered under the act. But the registered person here does not includes a person having any unique identity number. Unique identity number means UID. According to the GST Act, some persons shall be granted UID, that is unique identity number, for the purposes like for a refund of tax on the notified supplies of any goods or services, and secondly any specialized agencies like UNO, United Nations Organization, or any multilateral financial institutions, and any organizations that is notified under the United Nations Act to 1947, like as a consulate or embassy of any foreign countries. Next, any other person, other than the above, what I mentioned, any other person or class of persons, as it is notified by the government commissioners. Next, taxable person. Taxable person means a person who is taxed under the GST Act, or a person who is liable to pay GST under the GST Act is called as a taxable person. Taxable person, it is given under section 2 subsection 107. As per this, the definition is that taxable person means a person who is registered under the GST Act. Means that person has to be registered under the as per the GST Act, or he is liable to be registered. He is liable to get registered under the GST Act. Is called as a taxable person. Next definition is the supplier. So here supplier means in relation to any goods or services or both, shall mean that a person supplying the goods or services or both, and includes an agent who is acting on behalf of the any person or on behalf of such supplier in relation to the goods or services or both that is supplied. This definition is given under section 2 subsection 105. So here supply means this is the definition as per section 2 105, but here the supply means supplier means a person who takes the activities of supplying goods or services or both, and any person and any who person acts as an agent on behalf of such supplier in relation to the goods or services or both is also called as a supplier. And one more definition, taxable supply. So taxable supply means a supply of goods or services or both which is leviable to GST under the GST Act. Export of goods and services are considered as a taxable supply, and it is categorized under the zero rated supply. The taxable supply definition, it is given under section 2 subsection 108 of the GST Act. So these are some definitions. Still some more definitions are there, so that I'll cover in my next class. And the references what I have taken is that GST, Goods and Service Tax by Mehrotra, Corporate Tax Planning and Introduction to GST by Putswamy, Indirect Taxes by Trinesh and Dr. Nagendra Babu. Thank you.